Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to put in offers and negotiate so that you get your investment properties for the very best price. Let's get into it. So what we're going to do, we're going to cover the offer and then we're going to cover the negotiations. Now, first things first, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You need to know your numbers before you even go into the property. You need to know what it'll rent for. You need to know what the done up value is. And by looking through the photos on Zoopla or Rightmove, you've estimated what you think the cost of works will be. So before you even go into that property, you've already got a figure in mind that you ideally want that property for. So the only reason why you're actually going into that property is to make sure that there's nothing that the photos are disguising. There's no surprises and you can actually put together the true value of the work that you're required to do. Okay, so you've got that figure in your mind and you're in the property. You're meeting the estate agent, you're getting to know them, and you're going to start asking them a few questions. What's the vendor's situation? What you're trying to do here, you're trying to act like a detective. You're trying to find every bit of leverage that you possibly can. Some people might just walk through the front door, walk around the property and walk out. That's not the best thing to do. What you need to do is get all the juicy gossip on the vendor. Do they need to sell quickly? Is it their property or is it probate? Have they had some financial issues, divorce? Anything that indicates to you that they are a motivated seller. If they're a motivated seller, it means that you're going to be able to grind that price down. So now you want to walk around the property and do a full assessment of the amount of works that is required. Don't be afraid to lift up carpets, to check at the floorboards. Don't be afraid to rip wallpaper, to check the condition of the walls. If you see a crack and it's behind some wallpaper, rip it, because you want to satisfy yourself that if you do buy that property, you're not going to have any surprises down the line. Okay, so you've done your detective work around the property, you've moved all the furniture, you've ripped wallpaper, you've assessed the level that the property is in now, and you've assessed how much work you think it will require in order to realize the full potential of that property. Once you've got that figure, you can add that to your spreadsheet. Maybe you've got it on your phone, maybe you've got it on your notepad, but you need to have it somewhere, even on your laptop in the car, and you can put them figures in as soon as possible. Okay, so you've seen the property now and you're about to leave. You've got your leverage and you also know the cost of works of that property, and you know there are no surprises. And you've satisfied yourself that you do actually want to buy this property. Now here's a little tip that I do. So if the estate agent who's showing me around the house is going back to the office, I'll show them the proof of funds on my phone so that they know I'm serious, and I'll put my offer in with them. Now if they're someone junior, which they normally are, they'll feel empowered at this point to go back and tell their manager that they've actually secured an offer, they've seen proof of funds, and they'll start fighting your corner. However, sometimes the person showing you around the property may not be going back to the office and they may be just subcontracted. So at that point, you're leaving the property, you want to immediately get on the phone and phone the estate agents. When you do so, you want to speak to the manager or someone high up, because they will be able to get direct to the vendor and put your case forward, and they'll have been doing it for long enough to understand everything that you're saying. Now the person you speak to, you want to make sure you make a note of their name, because you want to be speaking to this person every time so that they get to know you and they associate your name with this property. It gets you well ahead of all the other investors who are speaking to different people every time. Okay, so you've phoned up the office, you've put your offer to them. Now what you need to do is send them an email confirming your offer and also the solicitor's details that you're going to be using. Once you've got them, it shows that you're serious and the offer will be then sent over to the vendor. Now if the vendor is a motivated seller, they're going to be responding very quickly. So you need to make sure you've got your phone ready all day from that point forward. Otherwise you may lose the deal to someone else. So you've put your offer in and you've shown that you're serious. Now the vendor will respond and you hopefully have put an offer that's too low. If ever you get your first offer accepted, it was too high. So be prepared to have your first offer rejected. Get used to rejection, guys. Get used to having the awkward conversations. Okay, don't worry about your first offer. You've still got another 2 attempts to close this. Your second attempt now, you need to go away, have a think about it, maybe take 30 minutes before you phone the estate agent back. In that 30 minutes, you already know what price you're going to be putting in. It's somewhere in between the offer that you just first put in and somewhere where it maxes out. So you've already worked out your maximum offer that you'll go to, and you don't want to be putting that in just yet. What you want to do is find a number that's in between and random. It sounds like you've actually done your calculations and your max maxed out everything that you can. So for an example, if the asking price is 80,000, you've put in an offer of 60,000 to start with, that was rejected. Your next offer, you've put in 65,250. So now what you do, you phone back the estate agent and you tell them, I'm going to be putting an offer in of 65,250. I've done my numbers, this is where I max out. I've really tried to work with the vendor here, and this is the highest I can go to on this property. Can you please put that to the vendor and let me know? Now at this point, you know that that's not your maximum. The estate agent thinks it's your maximum, and he'll tell the vendor it's your maximum. And what you're hoping at this point is that the vendor is a motivated seller. They want to get the deal done, but they're just not there yet. So you get your second offer rejected. Don't be too disheartened. We've now got one more attempt, your third and final attempt to get this property secure today. And you want to be doing this fast. A lot of these negotiations are done in one day. So the estate agent phones you back. Unfortunately, the vendor will not accept your offer. It's just still too low. Is there any way that you can go up a little bit further? That indicates to you that you're nearly there. You've got them. So now this is your third and final offer that you're putting in, and you want to make sure this property is secured on that offer. And here's a way of doing that. You're speaking to the estate agent on the phone and you say to them, let me give you a call back in half an hour. I'll see what I can do. So you need to put together at this point the very best offer that you can do. So in the example that we used, we said that your offer was 65,250. That's been rejected. Now the next offer can't be a million miles away from that. So if it was 65,250, I would say your next offer is 67,000. But this last negotiation needs to be final. So you need to say to the estate agent when you call them back, my offer is 67,000 on the proviso that the vendor takes it off the market immediately and you stop all viewings. Now that puts the pressure on the vendor. What you've done here, you've given them what they want, more money. So you've actually worked with the vendor and conceded twice. They now need to do something for you. If you're giving them money, what are they going to bring to you? And by taking it off the market, that's what you want. You don't want to get into a bidding war. You want to secure that property before other investors have even picked up the phone and put their first offer in. So hopefully at this point, they come back and they accept your offer. Done. The property's yours. Easy as that. Okay guys, it's really simple, this. So what we've covered there, you always need to bear in mind that every vendor wants to sell their house for the very best price. So you need to be really quick on your negotiations. You need to get in there and you need to always have your numbers done. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it's given you a few little extra tips that maybe will help you secure better deals in the future. If you liked it and you want to see more, please subscribe to the page and please like the video. I'll speak to you later.